Well, a local veteran is dead and his wife is blaming the VA for not doing enough to help him.
He was one of the many servicemen and women who struggled with PTSD or mental illness after being discharged. The I-Team's Eric Ross sat down with the widow who believes the VA is failing veterans who are desperate for help.
According to his death certificate, Kevin Higgins died in a suicide by cop scenario that unfolded last month at a Sheboygan bar. Now that he's gone, his wife wants everyone to know he was not a monster. Kevin was simply a veteran who needed mental help.
An armed robbery late last night ended with police officers shooting and killing the suspect.
July 17, 2016. Investigators say Kevin Higgins, armed with a rifle and multiple rounds of ammunition, walked into this bar and demanded cash. As police arrived, Higgins opened the door. Surveillance video shows him raising his rifle and police opening fire.
And this incident was not about robbing a bar. I believe the deceased, knowing police were on the way, was leaving the bar to find a shooting site and to shoot officers as they arrived in response.
But Nicole Higgins does not believe her husband wanted to hurt anyone. Do you believe Kevin is capable of murder?
No, Kevin would never kill anybody.
Nicole points to the fact nobody inside the bar was harmed. She thinks her husband was only trying to get police to carry out his wish to die.
At the beginning of this year, he was just saying, it's just so hard for me to try to live this life.
Kevin served our country for a decade, but after being discharged in 2007, VA doctors diagnosed him with PTSD.
He started having a lot of mood swings, very, very depressed.
Nicole says her husband tried to get mental health care from the VA.
There were times where he'd show up for appointments and they'd say, your appointment has been canceled.
Mrs. Higgins claims that numerous appointments were canceled or rescheduled by the VA. Is that true?
There were 2 canceled, I believe, in 2014 and 1 canceled in 2016. The one that was canceled in 2016 was due to a provider, a mental health care provider being ill that day.
John Lehrman, Associate Chief of Staff for the Milwaukee VA, went on to say Higgins missed the last 4 of his 6 appointments prior to his death, a sign he says shows Kevin was in distress. But the I-Team discovered Nicole tried to get him inpatient mental health care treatment back in February.
He agreed that he needed inpatient care.
A day after being admitted into the hospital, the VA confirms Kevin was discharged.
He wasn't deemed suicidal or homicidal.
Later that week, Kevin's condition deteriorated, and when he started to talk about suicide, Nicole called 911.
Sheboygan County 911, where is your emergency?
Just please send someone out here that's sensitive to veterans with PTSD that are gonna kill themselves.
Police took Kevin to a Sheboygan hospital. According to Nicole, he was prescribed new medication and was doing well for several months after that visit. However, the VA would not cover expenses for Kevin to see an outside doctor.
Kevin was told that he wasn't eligible because he was already being seen at the VA clinic.
But Nicole says the medication prescribed by the VA consistently arrived late.
2 days after he passed away, his medication arrived in the mail.
I don't know if his medication arrived 2 days after his death, but that's very possible. There is a mail delay, and our veterans are aware of that.
When it comes to mental health care, do you believe the VA is failing veterans?
The answer is no. No mental health care system is perfect, and we can't prevent all bad outcomes.
These men and women that, sign their lives away to defend this country and uphold the Constitution can't get the care that they need.
Some alarming numbers: more than 20 veterans commit suicide every day in America. If you or someone you know needs help, we have some useful resources on our website, TMJ4.com. Eric Ross, today's TMJ4.
Sobering report. Thank you, Eric. The today's TMJ4 I-Team is working for you. If you have an issue or a story you'd like to investigate or you'd like us to look into, send an email to I-Team at TMJ4.com.